Okay, I think I'm back. Okay. This is just like it's a cursed stream, I think. What a nightmare. All right, well, I want to get through one start to finish stream, so let's watch this one. It's just a short video. It's a documentary. It's called Shy Boys IRL.
I think it's gonna happen eventually, and I'm just frustrated that it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I've never kissed a girl.
Yeah, I took it down. Unfortunately, some of the people who watch some of the people that I cover would definitely like report my channel for that. I'm sure.
Haven't gotten anything.
Losing it at 17 and then going like 10 years before doing it again, I think that's pretty, that's not normal.
I didn't know what the term incel meant until I was 20 or 21, but I knew the concept. I mean, you're a guy, you can't get a girl. It's pretty simple.
An online support forum. No, I had to take it down.
I feel like I scammed you into filming me. Like, why would anyone want to film my life? It's so boring. I'd like to drive around.
Let's watch
walk
something more
around and just
grounded.
take pictures of like just anything.
I'm of the opinion that
Well,
like
then
if
I'm
it's
not.
on YouTube anyway, they shouldn't be able to say anything. But they'll just say like, well, we didn't know, it didn't trigger like the AI.
Fan of is just going out and meeting new people. I kind of despise that. I don't know about how the term love shy is a great term or anything, but it does describe a specific problem that I think there isn't any other term for. Usually doesn't see very many people coming through here. I don't like see these people, other love shy males in my real life that often. And even if I did, I mean, even if I could relate to their situation, it would be like, then what?
What do you have to offer a woman?
As of now, nothing.
I'm not
I
sure. to
don't
be
have a
honest.
job. I am ugly. So my value right now is 0.
Have you approached many women?
Oh, many.
And what was the result?
Rejection 100% of the time. I would start talking to a girl, and immediately she would give me fuck off signals. She would, pull out her cell phone, just start texting her friends, and just hope I would go away. I don't approach that much anymore because, I've had over 1,000 rejections in real life, 2,000 rejections online, so that's 3,000 rejections total.
Did you count in real life?
I'm approximating. That's not a real word. We're redoing that. Ask a question again. I aim as low as possible. I aim for obese women, ugly women, ideally ugly and obese. I aim for the bottom of the barrel because, I realize that I'm ugly. Pretty boys get women, like your sound guy. And it's just turn it to him. He's like, yeah. Turn to him. And see, he gets women because, see, I knew the moment I looked at him that he's not incel. I'm jealous.
What an interesting interview already from that guy.
Alright, this is Genericon. It is, in fact, a generic convention.
It's the only time during the year when I can totally geek out and nobody notices.
Have either of you heard of love shyness before this?
Actually, I haven't. To be perfectly honest, I had no idea.
When I was in high school, I wasn't the most popular guy until the end of the years, and at that point, no girls really were interested in me. In college, I spent 2 years in a 2-year school where nobody really hung out, and by the time I went into the 4-year school, everybody had hooked up. And then the job came. I started the same day as a girl that I really wasn't interested in. 3 months in, I started to get interested in her, and she was interested in me. Except when I got interested in her, she stopped being interested in me. And because of this whole lack of experience and naivete, I spent the next year and a half pining for her. unknowingly. And then
Damn,
after
a
that,
year
I
and a
just
half
kind
of
of go with the
pining?
flow, and whatever happened happened. So.
Oh, we're getting into the forum now.
It's a place to vent. I mean, it's just a place to socialize with other incels who suffer from the same problem I do.
It's a place where, you know, people go put things that are like completely
Senior
hidden
members?
from
What is
most
it?
other places. There's a lot of
The
negative emotions.
Croatian
that you can see
government
there.
must
There's a lot
find
of
me a girlfriend.
depression.
They are
a lot of
murderers.
anger, a lot of hopelessness.
What
I think
in
the
the
general
world?
consensus, though, is that the posters who are more controversial don't really fall under the love shy umbrella. Like, they would fall under something called incel.
The two terms aren't synonymous. Occasionally you can have a guy that isn't ugly and might not be able to get girls because, you know, he just never approaches.
They almost like they're the opposite of love shy, whereas like they approach all kinds of women and always get rejected.
There are just so many different personalities on there, and a lot of the times our personalities collide. That's why there's so many flame wars, but it's all in good humor.
Flame
most of the
war,
time.
an online
For a
argument.
supposed support forum, it tends to sometimes have the opposite effect more than it probably should, I think.
You want Savvy Guy to be on there? Here come the red pillars.
Bathroom, didn't know what to do.
Just do this.
PUA is using certain body languages, certain dress
Forum name,
fashion
Urban
senses,
White
and
Trash.
certain words to basically seduce a woman.
How long have you been training as a PUA?
Couple months now.
Do you wanna
Oh, he's in
explain any
training to be a
terminology
pickup
there?
artist.
All right. Well, when two pickup artists go out into the field looking for women, the terminology used is sarging.
You know, if guys are into it just because they want to improve themselves or whatever, and they're using this as their like motivation or whatever, I think that's fine. But it's when you get all obsessed with it that I think it gets ridiculous.
Every day is a sarge for me.
The way I see it, you gotta be yourself on dates because that's who you're gonna end up with anyways. So, picking up artists, it's all a scam.
But how are you going to know what you want if you don't know who you are?
I would say that PUA is analogous to get-rich-quick schemes. You see, with get-rich-quick schemes, they promise you the moon and the sun. They promise that you can...
This guy gets it.
Take it slower, you know?
No, I gotta talk fast.
You gotta talk fast?
Yes, I have to come off as intelligent as possible. This is an ego thing with me.
But people,
Oh my
people
God.
can talk slowly and still be intelligent.
No.
See you later, ATF Media.
I believe that a military-style PUA camp should be created for these guys that you turn.
Okay, now this at the time, I don't know exactly when this was made. Only 2 years ago. They probably even had him back then. What he's talking about, those like alpha male boot camps.
As you've used the term incels or involuntary celibates. So my plan for PUA camp would be similar to how they do
Welcome.
initiation
Oh
night
my
at
God,
the
this is like an
Citadel.
OPC Don idea. Look at this. Welcome to Dud to Stud Boot Camp, and the illustration was provided by Urban White Trash.
I would have all the incels and love shies all basically huddled in like cattle into a room. Like these guys would be like standing together like cattle in a cattle pen. And these guys who I'm going to call the drill sergeants would be in there confiscating all their World of Warcraft shit, all their Dungeons and Dragons shit, and they'd put it in a big fucking bonfire and burn it. Then I'd have these pictures of just these beautiful women in the nude being fucked by these muscular hot bad boys.
What?
And I'd have surround sound playing the sounds of women enjoying sex. You know, fuck me, baby, fuck me, baby.
What?
And I'd have neon lights flashing the words.
It's all so adorable and you can't
but
have it.
You
This-
can't have it. They would break these in.
This may be the most unhinged thing we've ever watched. I mean, this is really out there.
Cells down. You know, just like the military, break
Jesus.
down an incel, build up a PUA. You know, that's what we got to do.
Oh my lord.
I believe there's 4 types of males in this world. Alphas, betas, gammas, and omegas. Now, omega males are the lowest kind of males there are. Omegas are what I would call genetic garbage.
No.
you play the Omega.
Which is the little brother, basically.
No. Not little brother. Villagidian.
Well, that's what I aim for.
The
Is
Omega.
the guy everybody makes fun of as the Joker. The Joker of the group, if you will.
Can you explain Omega?
Do you understand the Greek alphabet?
Yes.
Okay. Omega is the last. As I had explained to him, using the wolf pack analogy, alpha and beta are usually the two dominant wolves. And then in most wolf packs, there's an omega, which is usually the last to feed, the last to get mates, last for other
Stefan,
stuff.
you're going. We all take our turns down at the bottom. So.
But you tend to stay there.
I know. I have to learn to gain more confidence around you guys and to try to build myself.
Not just us, in general.
Yeah.
This is a life skill. But going back to the pack animal analogy, the mates will see that too.
It's always interesting to meet people in real life that you only know from the internet.
Hey, Urban White
You
Trash
just wanna
meetup.
see how it translates in real life.
Something he will never ever need in his life.
I've already needed one.
Yeah,
Well,
back in
can't blame that.
during the Clinton
But I had no
administration.
Look,
condom.
if I needed one
Advance,
8 months ago.
These
okay?
guys are prepped.
I
I'm
just
like
didn't
savvy
have one, and I
guy.
was too lazy to go get one.
If you don't,
And also, I did have chances in college while Bush was president, but I just was too much of a wuss.
Well, that's the internet for you. Here we are, 5 friends who met from the internet, except for Kyle.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
Well, there are several do's and don'ts about getting laid at a nightclub.
Oh boy.
I'll list them out for you. Here are the do's. Be attractive. Be hot. Be good looking. Be muscular.
Eric
Basically, I
McHenry
can tell
vibes.
you're an incel by looking at you. Pale. I think being pale is a big sign of it. Don't. These are the don'ts. Don't be unattractive. Don't be average looking. Don't have pale skin. Because that also gives off the creepy serial killer vibe, you know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
this guy's an expert on how not to give that
Yep.
vibe.
Well, if you follow those rules, you're pretty much guaranteed a free lay every time you walk into the club. It's all in your control.
Oh, that guy's there. Awesome.
Learn how to sleep and hit the weights. And wear
That guy's
clothes
my
on time.
favorite of the group.
Listen to this music, guys.
This
What's
guy's
his
my
music?
favorite in the group.
It's just beautiful music.
Looks like Tommy Wiseau. Oh, this is Kino, the awkward silence in the elevator.
Fat chick. She's not fat.
She wasn't fat.
Jeez, no wonder. Maybe he's got like distorted vision.
What, my vision?
Yeah, you just see every chick as being fat.
This is Parmesan cheese, right?
Look what Kyle's wearing. He's got this polo on, it's fitting. He's got
I just took it down
jeans on,
because
he's
it
got
had like
flat-bottom sneakers with
it had like full on tits and like full on ass. So
the Nike jacket.
yeah,
He's got this nice jacket here.
I just don't want to take any
Your
chances.
clothes are just awful, dude. Wow. When some guys are like, why can't I get girls? They'll be like, oh, it must be my looks. No, it must be my personality. Looks and personality.
It's like a danger of blind watching stuff with you guys, but I just feel like it's so much more fun that way. I don't want to like always watch shit that I've already seen before, and it's so rare that there would be one on here that's got a bunch of nudity in it. I feel
We're not
like.
mutually exclusive.
Yet somehow we
In
find all
curing
of them.
one, you cure the other. Well, hello. It's UWT here, and we're in the mall giving Michael a makeover because he's fucking ugly. But not anymore. Once we're done, we'll transform this dud
Oh, he's gonna give him a
into
makeover.
stud. Peace out, niggas. Get a 33 pair of these. He's the kind of guy who would wear Converse sneakers. That's a Sarging tie, Sarging shirt. The flat bottom soles are in, right? Right, Scott?
Nah, this nigga needs to get some fresh J's. Fresh J's on this nigga.
What the hell are fresh gays?
Men's shoes are very important. Get the fuck out of the way. And why are shoes important? Turn the camera around. Say it to the camera. Why are shoes important?
I don't know.
You know the answer. Just what's the answer? What's the first thing a woman notices? It certainly isn't personality, so.
Oh, we can see what got us the strike. Hang on a second.
It's shoes. Just say it's shoes.
Or not the strike, but what got it taken down.
Dude, you weren't supposed to wear all the items at once. Hey, excuse me. What do you think of this? I told him it looks terrible.
It's comfortable.
I get a picture.
Yeah. Okay, so a company called ITV claimed the lost tapes. And I can cut around it, but it's like they claimed like 80% of the video, which is probably like everything except when I pause to talk.
It's not a bad idea, but I don't think what I need I'm gonna get from these guys. I have a feeling we're going after a different...
This is the red pill grift, right? Where you have these guys that are really on equal ground as the other guys, but they package themselves and market themselves as pickup artists, and they know dating coaches. Savvy Guy talks about how he doesn't like, that's why he doesn't like the red pill.
Kind of.
Look?
No. As I was saying, I have a feeling we are going after a different kind of female and what we're trying to attract.
What kind are you trying to go after? Someone who
Yeah,
will
what kind of
love
girls do you
you
like?
for
You
you?
never answered that.
Do you think looks matter? I think personality probably matters more.
My looks are the only reason I am incel.
I feel like for the most part, being sort of shy and introverted is not attractive.
I think looks is 95% face.
I feel it's better to be socially able.
You know, a chin that's balanced, facial thirds that are balanced.
I feel like my life is kind of like a mess. I'm like, I think that, you know, why, if I was a woman, would I want to date me, someone like that? I'm like, no.
A savvy guy would say, why would a woman want a man that ain't nobody ever wanted before?
I'm tall and slender and girls like that, but, you know, face is 95% of everything. If you don't have a good face, you're done.
Gotta have a face card.
Why do you think Advance is so obsessed with his face?
Maybe because his face is something that he can't really change.
But he can and will change it.
Well, with plastic surgery. Yeah, but that's like one of those things that it's like making a film. I want to be a filmmaker, but making a film is such a hassle that I could always come up with an excuse not to do it. Yeah, I made a couple films too, but
I already got a rhinoplasty, so... I have a Photoshop picture where I shortened my face, I made my canthal tilt positive.
Oh boy.
I'd like to have my Neanderthal brow grinded down. I'd like a canthoplasty, which is when they lift the corners of the eyes. I might decide to get a revision rhino.
Oh my, so this is what he wants to look like. And he thinks this is the, if he looked like this, he could get a woman? Oh my lord.
Plasty. I'm gonna wear the shirt that Ed doesn't like, just to piss him off. After I get cosmetic surgery, I'm gonna wear this shirt when I approach women, and I'm gonna get their number right in front of your face.
Well, how are you gonna afford cosmetic surgery?
Hopefully I'll get a job someday.
Yeah, but you'll be old and ugly by then.
And then I'll need a facelift. I know more about fat chicks than probably anyone on the planet. Like, I could write a book on them. I look at ugly fat chicks and I see how easily they get men, and, you know, sometimes that makes me angry.
Do you ever resent women?
Don't
Sometimes
be
I do
hating on
because
people,
of how
man.
easy
He's
they
such
have it and
a... But then he says himself that he wants them too. He's just not selected by them. So he's salty about it.
How hard we have it in comparison.
What makes you an expert on women having never touched a girl, kissed a girl, or had sex with a girl, or been in a relationship with a girl?
You don't need experience to know about something. Sometimes when I'm in social circles, there are girls around and I observe them. And that's what a lot of what I base my theories on. Sex, I don't think most women like sex. I think it's something that they do just, I don't know, just because. I mean, like the guy wants it, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Bruh.
Women don't have high sex drive.
Bruh, that's coke.
I don't know. I think you have somewhat feminist views, but I mean, that's it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I agree that women are people.
No, see, that's bullshit. And if you don't realize that, then you've been brainwashed.
Do you think that women ever have trouble finding love?
Nope.
What about sex?
That's even easier. That's like shooting a dead fish in a barrel. When you have a machine gun, infinite ammo.
If a woman wanted to get sex, she could go to a grocery store and ask any of the male cashiers, and I'm sure they all would, even the married ones, even the Catholic married ones.
I would do anything just for a 300-pound ugly white girl. I would fight in the front lines, the bloodiest battle the world has ever seen, and come back with no...
Bro says he will go through barbed wire, fight on the front lines, but what he won't do is be nice to a woman or treat a woman with respect. Like, dude is saying he'd go through all these great lengths to get this girl that he could just probably be nice to or be sociable to, and he could get laid. Like, you don't have to go on the front lines.
limbs. If it meant that that would guarantee me an ugly fat chick for life.
Women are women. Men are men. You're still humans. They're not some special, they're not some thing to be placed on a pedestal. And I'll tell you one thing, women think the same thing about men sometimes. If you can put yourself in the female perspective, you'll realize that they, at occasion, are just as nervous about finding a mate as you are.
Actually, my problem has been I've only been around people who felt like that. Like, most of the friends that I was close to were either married or had no social, were not in any dating scenario.
Yeah,
like
but I didn't get born married.
Right, but I wasn't around people when they were...
Yeah, I got born married to her. That was just really weird.
You must explain the cake.
No, we don't have to
Go
talk about the
on.
cake.
You need to talk about the cake. Come on.
It was a vagina cake.
It was in fact a vagina cake.
And they
It was a
specifically
vagina
saved
cake.
the special portion for me.
Uh-huh.
And I tried eating this thing, and it was like, oh yeah, it's not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna lick it and everything. It'll be hilarious. And then I go and I just got red in the face and choked. I couldn't do it. I'm just. I got.
Incels like soft porn because they've never seen a vagina. The most of them I've ever seen is like a girl in a bikini. So they're gonna end up jerking off to that because that's what they've seen in real life.
Oh
because
no,
a
what does that say
vagina
about Ben? He jerks off to lingerie streams.
and titties because they've never seen those IRL is kind of scary to them.
I think there's some projection going on here. You're the one who's afraid of vaginas. Oh wait, you're the one that just reminded me of the threat. I'm terrified of female genitals. I totally forgot about that.
I just don't like looking at them.
Guys just
He
want
doesn't like looking at them.
Like, look at them. They're like, they look like
They don't look
meat sockets.
Bumping ugly.
They're not beautiful. They're not.
Do you like the way dicks look, Sarah?
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fine.
Let us look at pictures of.
She's like, yeah.
Oh God, I can't even look at it. I'm serious. Like
She
I
could solve the
Google
problem for him
Vaginas,
if
and I
she
get
was
this
a-
fucking
if she was
picture. I can't
down.
even fucking look at it. I don't like looking at them. They're too low.
Guys probably don't.
They're too low?
Yes.
Look at this guy very upset about seeing a naked
I wish they were
woman.
parallel with my dick. Sugar magnolia blossoms bloom and heads all empty and I don't care.
Wait, so
Saw my
why-
baby down.
Why did you
Yeah.
think you were incel before and love shy now?
Because I used to be incel and now I'm love shy.
But when was like the turning point?
When I got muscles and better clothes.
Do you think you'd be able to hide that you're a virgin when you lose it?
You mean if? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think I can hide it well. No, actually, I don't know if I can. So Lori starts complaining to me, and she doesn't know I'm a virgin. She's like, I can't believe I had to take his virginity away. I mean, I'm all cool with guys being virgins if it's because of their religious beliefs, but if a guy just can't find someone to have sex with him, that's pretty pathetic.
Oh!
And I mean, that's just the truth of how they feel about it, you know?
Wow.
So do you feel as though you're a good lover?
That
I'm
one
sure I
guy
could
doesn't.
be.
He said he'll take literally any
If
woman
I,
for
had the
life.
chance.
I know what goes on. I
This
mean,
guy.
the penis enters the vagina, thrust, 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 question mark, profit.
Yo ho, let the winds blow, just hear the ocean roar. We're sailing to a better land, to be and sail no more. Ahoy, we sail the seas. I'll yell out land ho soon, and we'll dock on the shores and unzip our drawers and get some hijabi poon.
The Perfect Life.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of what I want to say about that because I don't know if I should get into my fantasies.
Cut back for his face looked like a hole.
I'd like to be like a very androgynous Korean guy who has like a stalker girlfriend. You're not putting that in there. You're not, right?
There was urban white trash who wanted muscles and cash.
He'd like to be an androgynous Korean man.
Yeah, Vegeta? Who's Vegeta, right? I'm somebody else from the forum. Can you guess who? Let's play a game, Vegeta 2.
The reason I'm outgoing now is just because you guys already know the worst shit about me that you could possibly find out and use against me. I'm shy around people I'm trying to...
I think they're from different areas. It seemed like this is like a meetup at Urban White Trash's house. I'm not sure where they said he was at.
Press because, you know, for me it's just a big game, you know. Just a little nervous about this documentary. I got the 2:30 feeling.
What are you nervous will happen in the documentary?
You're gonna put it on the news and...
9 o'clock news.
Investigative reporter. Uncovering.
What are you worried about the documentary? That people will
Infiltrated
see
their
it?
ranks, exposed one of their most outspoken members under the handle of Urban White Trash.
They say in that Hallelujah song, the one that's like, I heard there was a secret. Yeah, I figured you'd be a fan of that song.
I'm not a fan.
A Thorpe
You're not a
favorite.
fan? Oh, okay. Well, there's a line that goes, maybe there's a God above, but all I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. I don't even know what that means, but
I recognize that. I know
that's kind of how I feel about everything.
I don't know what that means, but that's how I feel about it.
I don't think I'll ever run into a duplicate. I'll never run into somebody, oh, you remind me of Advanced, or you remind me of, you know, Urban White Trash. They're unique, for better or worse, which is not, I don't think it's that common. I think most people, I don't know.
Well, he
maybe,
said
like,
he'd
people are
like to
just,
be
like,
an androgynous
too afraid to
Korean
be,
man.
like, so crazy. The way these two are, they're unafraid to be crazy.
So, that's my sad little life. What do you guys think?
When Ben sings Hallelujah, you get chills. It is one they do really well together.
I just want to be like with one person and I'd be totally happy. As long as it was like a good relationship. And the rest of it just wouldn't matter. I get overwhelmed and I think I should just quit. And I don't do anything because I'm like, well, what's the point? So I just figure, why even try?
Oh,
What's
he's
the
going up in the
motivation?
clock tower.
I was thinking I should have jumped off while you were doing the pan. I see it as like, you know, abstract art. That's what art is all about. It's like the ultimate art project.
Yes.
Is to kill yourself by jumping
Well,
onto
I don't know
a
about that.
pavement
I didn't
and
understand
splattering
that.
yourself, I think.
I thought he was saying looking over and seeing like the seeing like that landscape was like art to him. I didn't realize he meant the act of him jumping off would be that way. Yeah, which movie, Platinum?
Aren't I cheery?
Wow, talking about it right in front of those people. Oh, is that the Leonardo DiCaprio one? Wait, hold on. After our stay with UWT, Urban White Trash, and Advanced... No, oh my gosh, I used to have a mod on my Twitch channel named Advance. And he said he tried to meet women in the woods. Michael decides to visit his ex and only girlfriend from high school. It's been 10 years since they broke up. Is this going to be a Luke West story, or are we going to get a happy ending here? Oh, we may not find out. It's like the end of the movie.
Yeah, basically I just hung around her for a really, really long time until she did something.
I kissed Mike, and he sat there and didn't do anything, so I ran away, and I felt so rejected because I thought you didn't like me or something, and I felt like I made a total ass of myself.
You kissed me for like 15 minutes. I think if I didn't like you, I would have ran off before
I don't remember
the
it being
15 minutes. It was
minutes.
pretty long.
Yeah, I'll put in a request for it. Get it next time I go to the library.
Mike, what?
Running a website.
I've seen it,
Running
but
a
it's been a
website?
I don't
minute.
really run it.
Wait, is this the group that you were telling me about?
Yeah, that's where I met her from, where she
I
posted
didn't know
her
you
message.
ran that.
Yeah, I haven't always ran it.
Go, Mike.
She keeps trying to get what the website is like about. The real reason we have the website is because we're all perpetually single and frustrated
Girlfriends in
about
college, though.
it. Almost.
Oh no! He's telling her how he's been perpetually single. What a like what a thing to say. And then she's like, "Oh, you had girlfriends in college," and he's like, "Ooh, almost."
Almost. And for all, tell you what the website is like about. The real reason we have the website is because we're all perpetually single and frustrated
Girlfriends in
about
college, though.
it. Almost.
Well, then you had almost
Ouch.
girlfriends in college.
Yeah.
Really? Why didn't you want to tell me that it was like just single boys?
What? I think as I get older, I get more depressed because I feel like I have less time. And I don't know, I kind of like being this way. I feel annoyed that I feel like to have like a normal life, I have to like alter. But then what's the alternative? Keep going on the way you are, which doesn't work.
I think when you look at the bigger picture, though, I think you have it pretty good. I mean, compared to a lot of other people in this world, you have a really good life.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's not what you think it should be, but you do. You have a good life.
Wow, what words of encouragement.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
That's a scary question. I don't know. I've either figured out everything or I haven't, which would be bad if it's the latter.
Yeah, that's true about the soundtracks for sure.
I don't think about it because I just assume I'm gonna figure it out. Otherwise, I'd probably have a mental breakdown now.
Not the most uplifting film, but
I wish I could do that. I wish I
very
could make,
human, very real.
make my life so that never happened.
Then what if you miss out on meeting your dream girl?
So what? You never existed. Why would you care? And even if you do meet her, something bad could happen. She could die, or she could just dump you. So it's like, even if it does happen, it's not like, you know, it's not like your problems are solved.
Wow, what a film. What an incredible picture. All right, hang on. Let me see. I think I might have one more thing. I kind of want to watch like a travel video. Like not a real long one though. How long is this video? Hang on a second. Let me see how long this video is. Oh no, this one's like way too long. I don't have that much time. Let me see. Oh, here we go.
Almost anywhere in Mississippi is...
Whoops, hang on. Okay, here we go.
Almost anywhere in Mississippi is awful. Someone said that once in a comment a long time ago, and it always really stuck with me. I don't know if they live here, or they were just trolling, but I never knew if they were right or wrong because
They're just
I hadn't really
trolling.
been here before. After driving around all of Mississippi for a week, I can now say that's not true. The whole state...
It's like they say on Siding South to West, no box is truly closed to an open mind.
It's not awful. I had seen enough of the state to know that there was a lot of good here. But man...
This is our friend Nick Johnson. We've watched a bunch of his videos. I think the most recent one, he went to that whites only town, remember?
Jackson is bad. So I was just driving around Jackson, trying to check the place out, and he came across this street in the middle of town. Well, I don't even know if you can even call this a street anymore. A road,
Must be
maybe.
narration.
I mean, people were weaving back and forth to avoid the potholes, like it was just a normal day for them. I was like, this is probably the worst road I've ever driven on. And I had to finally just get out of the car. This was just too much.
What?
It looked like a major disaster had just hit the place, but that didn't happen. Then a guy pulls up. His name's Chris. You'll meet him later. He didn't want to be on camera at the time, but the stuff he told me, man, oh man.
What the fuck?
I don't live in Mississippi.
Old infrastructure system. If they go back and do the research, this thing probably hadn't had any type of significant, upgrade in forever. Probably since, I hate to say it, since the city was ran by white people. And maybe it needs to go back to that.
Jackson, Mississippi was the last place I stopped on my Deep South road trip. I'm kind of glad it was the last stop. If I had started here, it would have been a real...
If you guys like this video, we should watch his Deep South tour.
Really bummer way to begin.
I haven't seen him, but I've seen his other videos, and I bet they're pretty good. Oh my God, look at that person over there.
Jackson, Mississippi. It was my final day on my Deep South adventure. And on this day,
what a place
really
for an
felt
intro
like
to the city.
My Deep South. Jackson, Mississippi. It was my final day on my Deep South adventure. And on this day, it really felt like an adventure. So I was here in early April, and the area got hit by a really intense,
Maybe someone
rare,
will cover it,
almost
for
hurricane
tomorrow.
thing. So I had to spend the day driving around in the super bad weather. So I apologize in advance for the footage. Driving into the worst hoods is hard enough, but in the pouring rain, on roads that are just terrible, well, think of this as war footage. I had heard there was a dark cloud hanging over Jackson. I guess this is it, right? God. What is happening? So I drove around all the areas of Jackson where people told me were the worst. And man, they weren't lying. I saw so many streets that had burned out homes and everything was overgrown. I've been to a lot of bad places in this country, and halfway through the day's drive, I was like, I think I hit the ghetto gold mine. Jackson has all sorts of issues. It's the capital of what's been called the worst state you can live in. There's less than 150,000 people here now, and that's down 25% just from 1990 alone. Sure, there's other big-ish cities in the U.S. that are in bad shape. Detroit, Baltimore, Philadelphia. But those cities have
I just think his
industry,
camera work
pride,
is always
some
really
kind of
good.
Nuh-uh. Not
like
here.
both in like the actual
Not in
technical
Jackson.
quality and
Not
the
at
way
all.
he frames stuff. I think he's a really good travel vlogger.
Hey.
Hey, honey.
Would you let me have $1.50?
Where I am right now is in South Jackson. There really isn't a bad pocket in Jackson. It's very, very much a north-south thing. Like everything north of downtown seems to be decent. We'll see that later. But everything south of downtown is a complete disaster. For one, Jackson has one of the highest murder rates in the world. The only two other cities with a higher murder rate were Tijuana, Mexico, and Caracas, Venezuela. Oh my God. The state's governor himself just called Jackson the murder capital of the world. He'd know.
City leaders claim
day.
that's inaccurate.
Look at that murder rate. It's pretty easy to get a gun here.
Dang, man.
And as long as you're 18, you can carry one. So, a lot of people here have guns. And that's caused a lot of problems.
With the dollar fit. Hell no, he ain't gonna help
A few
her
years
out.
ago, Jackson's mayor made it illegal to openly carry. You can imagine how that went. This is Mississippi, damn it. That didn't last long. If you get into trouble here, it can take hours for the cops to respond. I heard in some parts of Jackson, it's pandemonium. There's gunfights at gas stations, and they're breaking into pharmacies to steal pills. It's just chaos. Be glad that's not happening where you live. It just looks like the end of the world in here. And there's all these gangs moving up from New Orleans and Memphis that are coming in to try to set up new turf.
He's not
That
a
makes
real
it all even
sympathetic
worse.
person in a lot of ways.
They know they need more cops, so they upped the pay to $30,000 a year. Can you imagine getting paid that to work in here as a cop? This was where they fought for civil rights, and now they're killing each other. As you can imagine, at night, this place is nowhere a white boy with a YouTube channel should be. But this was
Wow.
early morning, and it was raining, so everybody was inside.
It was raining,
But I'm
so
sure
it was
shit
safe.
goes down here on blocks every single day. And I don't think a lot of these people will ever get out of here. Somebody once told me Jackson, Mississippi is like a prison without walls. Part of the problem is it's just super poor here. But I didn't have to tell you that. You can see that. Maybe 1 in 3 people here in this part of town lives on welfare alone. You know the saying, here in Mississippi, they're first on every bad list and last on every good list. And a lot of that comes from Jackson. But it wasn't the danger that stood out
look
to
at
me
this
on the
shot.
days I
Beautiful.
drove through South Jackson. It was the condition of the place. I've been to third
I think
world
this stuff
countries
is
before.
fascinating.
The stuff I
Look at that
saw here
beautiful
was
bark
worse.
sign.
I'm not kidding.
This music.
It's like this everywhere. Now, I hardly ever get out of the car when I'm in a bad area, but I just had to on several occasions. You're just driving around, and then you come across these huge potholes just right in the middle of the road where the residents have marked them to warn people.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's like 4 feet deep. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Somebody planted a tree there in a pothole, and it's growing.
He's done videos on Portland. He even did one on like the bad parts of Hawaii.
Jesus, I just bottomed out. I just bottomed out on that road. The frame hit the street. Oh my God. This is tragic. Look at this. There's something like this on every single street in town. With all the rain, it just makes it all worse. Some of Jackson's roads are so bad, they might as well be gravel now. Here's that main street again I showed you earlier. I don't know how you fix all this. It's like they've stopped even trying. And then there's the water situation. You could do a whole video on that. Jackson's water system is all old and overwhelmed, so they have to boil their water. Sometimes the tap water comes out brown, sometimes they don't get any water at all, or their water bills triple for no real reason. It's been a thing here for decades, and it's getting worse. Right here, in a capital city, in the good old USA. One day driving around, I came across a block where the sewer was leaking into the streets. I've never seen that anywhere else I've been. There sure are a lot of things here that I haven't seen before. I've heard there's a bunch of money sitting there to fix all this, but nobody knows if that'll ever happen.
They never purchased trucks. The city established temporary trash drop-off locations, but there's still a large amount of uncollected garbage in all 7 wards.
Oh boy.
The state DEQ says the dumping sites made available don't meet state requirements, and the city is facing a $25,000 penalty each day until the issue is resolved.
That one coffee table.
And the newest problem here is the trash. As if the water crisis isn't enough, Jackson's dealing with sanitation problems. Seems the city can't agree on a contract with their trash collection company, so, well, no one's picking up the trash. Now, when I was here, the trash contract mess was a few weeks in, and it got worse after I left. But there was trash everywhere, on the sides of the road, in the middle of the road, in big piles like this one. I don't know how I feel about this. I guess this is the city's fault. But do they have to come down here and throw in a big pile like this? And this was in the decent part of town, too. They're going to have a rodent problem and a bug problem, too, to go along with their trash and road problem. Here's another one. I was just looking at another rundown part of town, and then I turned a corner, and it was just everywhere, just in the middle of this neighborhood. I can't believe people think this is okay. This just about sums it up. We have all these problems with crime, potholes, dilapidated buildings, and we're putting our effort and energy into garbage, one local guy said.
One local guy.
Oh yeah, in case you haven't heard, there's a syphilis outbreak in town too.
What?
Unbelievable.
No way there's a syphilis outbreak?
So take all of this, the infrastructure and the chaotic crime and the corruption, it's bad enough. But that's not all. Every block you turn down in the south side of town, stuff's broken and abandoned. Everything's empty. And I'm not just talking about the homes. I mean the retail space. Everywhere you go in Jackson, things are closed down. Entire strip malls here look like a bomb went off. I turned a corner and found this on the south end of town. The whole place shut down and then got vandalized.
I know, man.
And then
That's
burned
crazy.
to the ground,
A syphilis outbreak.
and then squatted
Jeez.
in. They just need to knock all this stuff down. But where's the money for that? They can't even keep the water on, the trash picked up.
Plague.
And all over the place it's like this. No shit. Who
No
would
shit.
invest in this place? Mother Nature's taking Jackson back, and it doesn't look like anybody here has the ability to stop her. Of course, the old mall's empty now, but it's like that in most of our cities. I was over there checking that out, and then I saw there was another huge pile of trash that people had started. It looked like a cop was guarding it, or making sure nobody added to it. I'm not sure what was happening there. Even the churches were closed down
Grace
here.
will be driving
And
through
this
there
is the
on her
deep
way
south,
to California.
where religion's all a lot of these people have. Even the foreign churches are closed. This church just burned down one day. I saw all of this in just one day of driving around Jackson without really anybody to guide me on where I should go. You don't really need to know where to go. You just drive around. It's right in front of you. It's everywhere. I saw liquor stores that were closed down. That's a sign that things are
That's the
super
bad
bad.
sign,
They
yeah.
can't make it. There were stray dogs all over the place. That was tragic. And then this guy or girl, I was getting footage of another dumpster, and I was like, wait, what is that? What is happening in this country, people? And all of this, and they have these Keep Jackson Beautiful signs all over. What are they talking about?
What are they talking about? Would you be serious, Jackson, Mississippi?
The poor kids. The schools are terrible. A lot of the teachers have to work second jobs. What have we come to when our teachers have to pick up shifts? Like, seriously, how did that happen? People in town say this is going to be the next Flint, Michigan. Driving around, I think it's already there now. The problem started in the 70s when Mississippi desegregated their schools. A lot of people didn't like that. So the wealthy families took their kids out to the burbs. And then the place just went downhill. A lot of businesses closed. The mall closed.
Do not enter sign. Shout out Luke West.
All of this was a pretty busy little neighborhood one time. Now there's hardly anything left for blocks. And this is just a few blocks from downtown. The kids here just don't have anything to do, so they get into crime.
Yeah, I mean, all of it looks like it's from, like, super cinematic looking for, like, a
The adults have some options
dystopian
here.
future.
And downtown's actually not a disaster or anything. It's not a very big downtown, but it's not too bad. Jackson has some homeless people, but I didn't see very many of them. The culture and history here is really strong.
He likes to document
especially the
homeless
music
people.
history.
It's like a big thing.
They call this the city with soul because of the blues and gospel and folk and jazz. They also have a bunch of museums that talk about all the good and bad things that have happened here over time. And there are some good, humble, happy, hard-working people in town. You'll see a lot of that when you're downtown. I didn't want you to think the place was completely crazy.
I made a video like this one. Moving up toward the Capitol.
And downtown's where the state capitol building is, which is under construction. You can read into that how you want. I can say it was the only construction project I saw in the entire city. A lot of people say Jackson's corrupt, and that corruption is a big part of the problem here. I don't know about that.
Well, he's on like a huge, pretty almost never-ending road trip, so he probably just whatever happens on whatever day he's there, you know. But I do agree the rain does make it seem much more like desolate.
I know there's a lot of controversy with the decisions being made here. Not too long ago, they announced that the state was going to have to step in and take over the policing of Jackson. And a lot of people here didn't like that. That's because Jackson is 80% black, and the state legislature inside that building is mostly white. Anyways, the NAACP is involved in this now, and there's never a dull day here in Jackson, I suppose.
Right, trespassing federal buildings, yes.
So it's not a complete mess here. I showed you downtown already.
Remember those Republicans? They were really mad. Like they were like, probably it didn't help the way that I look, but they were like really set off by me just walking into their little room.
And some of Jackson's decent. Here's just an average part of town. In a lot of the city, you can get a house in the $80,000 to $90,000 range, and that makes it pretty much one of the cheapest cities in the country. A lot of these people are just trying to stay out of the way, just trying to make by. And the north side isn't too bad. They have a commercial neighborhood up here called Fondren that's pretty nice. It's kind of an up-and-coming area in an otherwise dying city. It's a very small entertainment district with some restaurants and some stuff to do.
Yeah, this looks pretty nice.
This is where most of the hospital
Meet me down at
professionals
the
and business
Barrel
people
House.
stay when
The
they're
Barrel
in town.
House.
And this is where I stayed. There's
Oh,
only
that's
a
where
few
he
decent
stayed, of
hotels
course.
in the entire city. Little Fondren's just about the only great part of town left anymore.
No, they weren't very.
Like that
Didn't give me a
corner
very
of
warm
the cheese
reception.
that isn't yet moldy. You can tell they're pretty worried about the bad side creeping in. I saw high-tech security cameras in the main shopping center.
The nice part.
Most of the neighborhoods on the north end
Fusion
are some
Studios,
form of
Jackson,
middle or
Mississippi.
upper middle class. This is what that looks like. Up here, homes are around
This looks like
$350K.
where Eric McHenry lives.
I heard these neighborhoods are hiring private security guards to patrol their streets. There's government jobs in Jackson. There's hospital jobs. And this is home to Jackson State University. So there's opportunities here. I think that's where a lot of these people must work. And then you go way up north of Jackson, and it's really nice. Up here's Madison. It's
Oh,
only
the super
20
nice
minutes away, but
suburbs.
it feels like a separate state. One website actually called Madison the 7th best city to live in the whole country.
Wow.
It's just a super nice posh burb with tree-lined streets, good schools, and no crime. The complete opposite of Jackson. I mean, look at the Taco Bell here.
Wow, wow.
They don't put Taco Bells up like that in the hood. Nuh-uh. When I was out and about in Jackson, I didn't really go too far from my hotel, just because there's really nothing to do here. I was told to go to the Iron Horse Grill. People said it's one of the most iconic restaurants in Jackson, but it's burned down like 5 times.
Yeah, that's one of his
before. I was
go-to
like, no,
songs.
thank you. So I just kind of wandered around Fondren.
I'm sure
at
we'll
night.
see them pop
One
up
evening,
in some
I wound up
form
at
on,
Zundo Ramen Bar. I got some
Watch
amazeballs pork dumplings with that soft bread, and a good old ramen bowl. And the second night, I went to Thai-licious and had some crab rangoons. I also got some yellow curry. I wish it was more exciting here, but that's all I got, folks.
Capitol Police.
I think it was on that second day in the rain, right around the time my car bottomed out on that broken up road in the hood, that I thought, you know what? I think Jackson, Mississippi's the worst place I've ever been.
Oh my god, what a
Worse
heel
than
promo.
My car bottomed out on... I think it was on that second day in the rain, right around the time my car bottomed out on that broken up road in the hood, that I thought, you know what? I think Jackson, Mississippi's the worst place I've ever been.
Wow.
Worse than Baltimore, worse than Shreveport, and Pine Bluff, even Oakland. It was a really terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I came down to the South knowing I'd see a lot of poverty and crime and the results of decades of political missteps. But man, and the thing is, you don't really hear about Jackson a lot.
Now, who's to say those
It's
policies
kind of an
aren't
under the
working?
radar disaster.
Who's to say their the
On my
governance
last night
isn't
here, I looked
effective?
out the window from the hotel and I saw the cops all stationed in Fondren. It kind of reminded me of in a battle. You know, when the tanks patrol the
Oh yeah, they've got them. They're holding down the one good area.
only turf they have left to protect. You know, since everything else has been taken, like they're holding their ground. I don't think this is a red or a blue problem. It's a green one. There's just not enough of it to fix the place. I don't know what Jackson's gonna do. I don't know what they can do here. Except hold on for the ride. But yeah, so I wanted to talk to you. How long have you lived in Jackson?
My whole life.
Okay. Now, when I reached out to you, I think I found you on Craigslist. I was like, hey, I'm doing a video about Jackson. I went to Jackson. There's a lot of problems with Jackson. I know. I stopped and talked to some people that I met in town, and they were frustrated by some of the progress that's being made. How do you feel about how Jackson's going?
I think it's terrible. I just can't believe we even got to this point. I've lived in Jackson / Byram last 20 years. So as far as the water goes, like living on that, you know, that line, when they have water issues, we do. That can cause stress and chaos and tension in the household because we're all frustrated. We have no water, you know, having to use bottled water to flush the toilets, to wash face, brush our teeth, everything. It's just, it's very stressful, honestly. And that, like I said, causes, in my household, it causes tension and drama, and we all just trying to keep the peace, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. But thankfully, we haven't had to deal with the garbage fiasco. I didn't have to deal with that, but my coworkers did. They was frustrated with that. I mean, that was just ridiculous in itself. So, you know, that's you know.
Yeah, like the water situation. I know the trash, the roads.
Yes.
The crime and stuff. I'm like, what does Jackson need to do to get itself back to its glory days again?
Right. The crime. I hate leaving the house at night. I have a 3-year-old son, so I don't even take him out anywhere. It's times where I don't even stop and realize, you know, certain times, certain parts of Jackson. Every day on the news, my news app is another shooting, somebody else being murdered. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, it's terrible. But I just can't bring myself to move. Like, I gotta take the, you know, bad with the good. I love it, but I do fear of being carjacked or robbed or anything like that. That is one of my fears.
How did it get to this point in Jackson?
I really don't know. I would say my coworkers say the pandemic, but I feel like we was kind of headed down there before COVID hit. I really don't know. Maybe COVID just brought everything to the surface. But I know that's like in my apartment complex during the pandemic, that's when like the carjackings started and the robbery started, was during February, March 2020. So I don't know.
I mean, is it to a certain point that they just
life of hell?
You can't elect people that. I mean, it's been a problem that's just getting worse.
Right.
Is it a political leadership thing, or is it a residence thing? Everyone needs to just be like, enough's enough. Like, we need to get the city back to where it needs to be.
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I'm not happy with the mayor. I don't think he's getting reelected. I'm not happy with nobody in office, even from the city council.
I think a big problem is, even if you are the mayor or you're on the city council and you have good ideas, like, these problems they run so deep and there's so many of them. Even if you like chip away and make progress, like, it would just get lost in the, you know what I mean? Like, people would just point out when you run for re-election, oh, you didn't do these other things, but, like, you know what I mean? It would just, it's a real baton passing process, I think, to build real lasting change like that.
I feel like it's too much back and forth, and I feel like,
what's the major industry down there? I'm not sure.
Issues, and it's affecting the residents. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's personal between them. So I don't like nobody in office right now. I can honestly say that. So, and the residents, I just feel like, I don't know. I know everybody's fed up. Everybody's tired. I feel like it's not enough for the youth. Enough recreational activities, I guess, for the youth. So that's why they're crashing out, doing all of this. So it's both. It's both.
I mean, at a certain point, I mean, just the roads themselves are in terrible shape, and some of the neighborhoods and stuff. Do you guys feel like you're just not even being respected or treated like normal people? That everyone's looking all the basic stuff that most cities have. You guys just don't have.
Massive merch store. What's going to happen, though, whenever Damius Octavius doesn't need any more T-shirts?
The potholes, I've had busted tires. I've almost had an accident trying to swerve the potholes in the roads down here. The neighborhoods are just a sight sore. They're terrible. It's trash thrown everywhere, tires all on the side of the road in the neighborhoods. It really feels like it's a third world country. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. I don't even think it's healthy to breathe the air down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me and my mom was talking last night. We feel like the water is making us itch. You know, we was like, she
water
said
making you itch.
Said this morning it smelled funny. So it's just, it really does seem like nobody care about us. It does seem like that. But at the same time, we've been here for so long, we can't just up and leave. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to do. I do think that we need to elect somebody else. But I don't even know how that would even start. You know.
Can it get worse? I mean, I always ask people, what's the future of your city? What do you think? I mean, do you think it's going to get worse? I don't think. Driving around, I don't see how it can get much worse. Mm-hmm. But apparently it is getting worse there.
Mm-hmm.
I like when Wings says it. He needs a glass of water. WUDD or water.
But, I mean, it kind of seemed like...
I don't like drinking water.
They're trying to, like, push us out. I don't know, like, force us to move. I don't know. It's weird. I don't... So I know... My mom wants to move out of Jackson. That's easier said than done. So the changes that need to be made, like it's just so much. I don't know where to start, but I know that they have been having like trash pickups on the weekends. That's a start. The crime, I think that's, you know, our police
Yeah, of
force
course.
is the numbers are low. So
It's
Yeah,
a
nobody wants to
complete
be a cop
nightmare. Like
yeah, that's
I heard they pay $30K to be a cop in
it's
Jackson.
hard
it
to
ain't that low.
imagine.
It can't
Like
be
that
that
it's.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
it can't be that low.
Wonder
if
how
it is,
World
I
War
see why we don't
One.
have none. And the
Girl
few
says that word.
that we do have, it take forever for them
Water?
to come out. You know what I'm
Water?
saying? So, I mean, the cops are crooked here anyway. It's like I don't know. It's terrible. I don't know.
Water?
I don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I noticed that there was construction going on at the
Older.
Capitol building. They got all that. They're doing all that, but then they can't fix y'all's roads and all your stuff.
Exactly. Like I say all the time, they fix some roads that don't even need to be fixed. Like they working on a bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like Gallatin Street is right there. You know what I'm saying? Terry Road. It's so much more that they could be working on besides what they're choosing to. It's like they just don't care. Like we just a last resort. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they care at all about anything, to be honest. I mean,
I
you
know.
can tell, and it's like,
Oh,
I don't know
no.
what it's going to take for y'all to, I mean, the protesting, standing outside, demanding change, whatever it is that needs to be done, because I don't think it's going to change until you guys all are like, we've had it.
Exactly. And like I said, I think they just want us to leave so they won't be.
The funniest part about these videos is his outro, where he tells you a little bit, where he gives his pitch for how, he's, if you just have to see it. But considering the content, he has like a great outro.
Forced to have to, fix things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already don't have much. Like all the businesses are leaving, closing down. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about good. What's good about Jack's? There's some good stuff there, right?
We got some good food. We have some good food, very good food. We got some good establishments. One of my favorite places I like to go to, Iron Horse. That's off Gallatin Street.
Yeah, someone told me they keep burning down though.
No.
Someone told me it
Iron
burnt
Horse area,
down.
and I like the fact that they have the live music. Food is good, drinks are good. Yeah, so I would say the food is good. The museums here are nice. Like the Children's Museum and the park there, that's very nice. I love that. So yeah, we got some good stuff. But most of the good stuff is kind of like on Lakeland towards, out of leaving Jackson, right? Leaving Jackson, yep. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
you
love
just
all
hang in
this
there
Americana
and
footage.
try to get your people to like stand up and say something, and
Right.
maybe this will help. I mean, a lot of people are going to see it.
Okay.
This will put pressure on people, but y'all, like, I feel bad, man, and
Right.
you guys are just at a point now that you've settled in, and you're just like, oh well, another bad thing, and
Right.
that's just not a good place to be.
No, it's not. But I could just hope it gets better. Yeah.
Like the water, the fucking trash, dude. They gotta get this shit all fixed.
It's terrible. It seems like the city is going in reverse order. They spend so much time bickering, and it's been studies that has been done and saying that this place is the most corrupt place of the entire union. And at some point in time, the federal government must step up. If the city can't do it, if the state can't do it, they can't get along to come to a solution versus bickering, Someone has to take control of this thing, and ultimately I think it's up to the federal government to make them do the right thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Who's bickering?
Huh?
Like the politics?
Yeah, the politicians. They sit up there, they comfortable, the local government, they bickering with each other, then the local and the state government, they blaming, they pointing fingers at each other. This is
See, I like this shot because it shows you like how he was saying like that the downtown area was nice but small. Like you can see that now. Like There's not that many. There's not that many like nice blocks before you hit downtown.
Old infrastructure system, if they go back and do the research, this thing probably hadn't had any type of significant, you know, upgrade in forever. Probably since, I hate to say it, you know, since the city was ran by white people. And you know, and maybe it needs to go back to that. Hey, we're all human. What's best for the city, that's what we need to go for. Regardless of color, we need to get off of color, you know, and we need to hold these politicians accountable. When we elect these people, we elect them with the assurance that they're going to do what they said they're going to do.
Welcome back, it's me.
But so many times,
oh, there's that Bart
you know, they have
sign.
got elected and they have done nothing. And it's, honestly, it's discouraging. You know, it's very discouraging, you know.
Is that why the crime is so bad too?
That's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
Of course, that's part of the reason why. You know, then you look at the education, look at the disparity between the educational systems, you know. Hey man, if you go just, I hate to say it, go to Madison. Those schools look like colleges. They're getting funded, you know. Here, they say they fund them based on attendance. You see they shutting down the schools around here. There's 2 schools right here that shut down. Rowan Middle School, Brown Elementary, side by side. So not only is that these academic institutions are being shut down, now it's a haven for crime. Now it's
haven
an
for
eyesore.
crime.
You know, it's a ripple effect. You know, and a city's gonna only do so much. Now here go the trash problem. Now more businesses talk about leaving the
Oh,
city.
look at that beautiful Coca-Cola mural.
More businesses.
Oh, yeah.
They're talking about leaving the city. You know, something got to be done, man. Who you with?
I got a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Who you
Yeah, I
with?
think I could draw some attention to it.
Yeah, something has to be done, man. You know, on all levels. You know, the federal government got to step. They're gonna have to step up. You know, this is the problem. Look at it.
Are you gonna stay? Because a lot of people are leaving.
I'm gonna stay. I've been here all my life.
So you just want? I mean, it just needs.
Why should I have to leave? Why should I have to pick up my bags and leave? It's almost like dislocation. Force everyone out. Don't do anything. Don't force them out physically, but the lack of service, the lack of security, the lack of basic needs, drive people away, then come back, rebuild it at such a high rate that, you know, buy cheap, sell high. There's no solution. No solution in play for the near future. So this thing is going to linger for months and months and months. The summer is about to approach. These mosquitoes are about to get vicious. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of sick. It's going to be a lot of.
Plus, don't forget about all the syphilis.
A health issue. A health issue. You know, it's going to be a health issue, man. An environmental issue. You know, when it's going to start affecting the water. It's going to start affecting the clean water system.
Well, the water's already fucked up anyway, right?
Already. And what solutions? They don't have any type of plan for that. You know, the streets crumbling. No plan for that. So, I don't know. I ain't leaving though. I'm not leaving.
You
I'm
ain't
not
leaving,
picking up my
guys.
bag and leaving. No, nah. We gonna fight.
Good.
We gonna fight.
Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right.
This guy's a realtor going to all of these places and documenting how terrible they are, and he's like, hey, if you need me to help you find a place to stay,
I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you. I'm not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home, too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. Hey guys, if you learned something new about America...
Wow. Well, that was a trip to Jackson, Mississippi. What an adventure. I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow for Memphis and Saturday for Boyd Watch. But thank you for hanging out. Sorry for all the problems with the streams today. Sorry for the disruptions. But hopefully I'll see you soon.